Good afternoon, students. Today we have to balance the reciprocating mass. Already we have discussed the balancing of the rotating masses, and here we will balance the reciprocating mass. And for this derivation we have considered the reciprocating engine mechanism. And for the reciprocating engine mechanism, here you can see this is the reciprocating part, or you can say this is the piston, this is the cylinder piston arrangement, and that will reciprocate. That means your direction of motion will be, it will reciprocate in this direction. Clear? So as a result, this is the connecting rod having length L, and this is the crank, and this radius of the crank is R, that is rotating with omega. Angular speed is omega, and this radius R is making an angle theta. Clear? And let this distance is x. By taking all this, we have to derive the unbalanced force. And in case of reciprocating engine mechanism, your unbalancing arises due to the inertia forces of the reciprocating part. Here you can see the m is the mass of the reciprocating part. Here the Fr is the force required to accelerate the reciprocating part. Clear? F is the force for the reciprocating part. Fi is the force or inertia force due to reciprocating part. Clear? So if we will consider this only, your Fi will be equal to Fr, you can say, and Fn is the normal reaction. Clear? That is the normal force acting the crosshead guides. Now you consider this part. Here you can see due to this force or the movement of the connecting rod, so here the one force will be imparted here, and due to that the force imparted, that is Fb, is called as force acting on the crankshaft bearing. The Fb will act on the crankshaft bearing. So now we can resolve Fb, which is making an angle theta, in the horizontal direction as well as in the vertical direction. So that will be your Fbs, this is the horizontal component, and this is the vertical component. Now you can see in this direction only. Clear? This is the horizontal component of Fb, and this is the vertical component of Fb. Clear? So as Fi and Fr has been already balanced, so that means here Fbh is the unbalanced force. In the line of stroke, your Fbh is the unbalanced force. Clear? Because that is reciprocating in this direction. That's why we are considering this is as the unbalanced force here due to this. Clear? So, and why not Fbn? Because it's Fbb can be balanced with Fn, that is in the upward direction, and this is in the downward direction. So only the unbalanced force is Fbh. Clear? Now we have to find out the expression. Okay, these are the notations that is written in your note, so I am not explaining all this. Only we are taking n is equal to L by R. L is the length of the connecting rod, and R is the radius, crank radius. Clear? So acceleration of the reciprocating part, it is not in your syllabus, that has been already derived in the previous article, that is AR is equal to omega square R, and this is the acceleration of the reciprocating part. Clear? So what will be the your force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass is equal to m, that is in the given in the notation, and acceleration is this much, whatever written here. Clear? So we are getting that force is equal to mass into acceleration, and we are getting this expression. So the total unbalanced force we can write Fu is equal to m omega square R into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n. This is the expression for acceleration. So we are multiplying it, and we are getting this two terms we are getting. So first term is named as your primary unbalanced force, and this is the secondary unbalanced force. So The total unbalanced force is the summation of primary unbalanced force and the secondary unbalanced force. Clear? So your maximum value of primary unbalanced force will be, so we have to put the value of cos theta, the maximum value of cos theta equal to 1. So in place of cos theta, if we will put 1, we will get m omega square r. Similarly here m omega square r by n. Thank you.